Hey, how's it going? I'm going to do a reading on Blake Lively and Taylor Swift and their friendship. Because, the blogs are like, oh my god, are they friends? To frenemies? Do they have bad blood? Blah, 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 because of Blake's lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. So I'm just gonna see what their friendship dynamic is and see if there's any issues. Are they still friends since Blake wasn't at the game with Taylor and all that fun? So let's see. So Taylor and Blake, and then the energy in the middle. So, aw. Okay, so it's a little up and down. So the relationship's kind of or friendship is it's good sometimes, it's bad sometimes, like a regular friendship. So, I was about to say Kylie, sorry. Taylor is the Queen of Swords, so she's definitely hold up, wait a minute. So she's definitely has her defense up, I'm not letting you as close as I used to me. And then Blake is the Six of Cups. So she's very nostalgic. I miss her friendship. It used to be so good. She's thinking about the easier times because obviously life is not easier for her right now. And then we have the Two of Pentacles in the middle, so it's kind of up and down and I feel Taylor has put a lot into their friendship, more than Blake has, which is interesting. So the relationship's kind of up and down right now. It's up and down, which makes sense. So let's see. When it comes to the lawsuit, did Blake use Taylor? I was about to say Tyler. What's going on? Okay, so did Blake use Taylor for her gaining more control in the movie? Because you know how pretty much Justin Baldoni was a director. He was in charge of this movie. He pretty much picked Blake Lively. Blake Lively pretty much was I want to have a lot of control in this movie. So, and then Justin was okay, but I guess he kind of regretted it because she was I'm the director now, blah blah blah, all that stuff, you know what I mean? And pretty much I feel Ryan Reynolds, her husband, was feeding information to her to make her think all of this, oh, I can do this because my husband's saying it, and then pretty much put I feel her husband Ryan kind of set her up a little bit. But obviously you're gonna trust your husband, right? So I'm not saying Blake doesn't have a brain, but I feel she should have I feel she's in this mess because of him, but we'll go on in that in a minute. So did Blake use Taylor? Okay, we got the Tower card. So, their friendship was but then all of a sudden, Kinder Surprise. This is my Kinder Surprise card. When something happens out of nowhere and just kind of their relationship isn't the same. So I bet you the Death card is going to come up in a minute. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Tower, Ten of Pentacles, which is a lovely card when you're thinking about money. And then we have the Five of Swords, which is in order for me to get what I want, you're gonna have to piss people off on the way. And it's kind of being petty. So, and then we got the High Priestess. It's kind of I don't not I don't know, but it's did you do something and you're just peep, you are I'm not saying anything. My name's Bennett and I'm not in it. So I may have done something, but I'm not gonna say anything. But then there's also I had a feeling. So I feel if the High Priestess could be Taylor, she'd be something's off. Like, intuitively, I feel like something's off. Because now, all of a sudden, I have to defend, which is a 7 of Wands. Like, I have something to prove. Like, it's kind of weird because Blake, she is, like, she's pretty successful, you know what I mean? She's a great actress, you know? She's not, like, in a bunch of movies, but she's in, like, very classic TV shows, like Sisterhood of Traveling Pants, that's a movie, but, Gossip Girl, like, she's in pretty iconic, like, films and movies and TV shows. So, and it's been a while that she's been in something, so I feel like she had something to prove. Like, she really wanted, like, this movie to, like, put her, like, up here, because her boyfriend, her husband, Ryan Reynolds, is, like, kind of, like, the star. And I remember reading something back in the day when Ryan Reynolds was married to Scarlett Johansson, and he literally didn't want her to shine. Like, I just want you to be, like, in the back. Like, apparently Ryan doesn't like being outshined by his, like, partners. So, peep on that, because when they started dating, like, Blake and everything, like, Blake didn't do anything for a very long time. So I peep that. And if Blake is doing anything, Ryan is obviously in the back, like, puppeteering and, like, having control. So I noticed that. So I'm like, But yeah, and then there's a 2 of Swords. So it's kind of like being like, my name's Bennett and I'm not in it. I didn't see anything. I didn't do anything. Like, pretty much throwing a rock and being like, or, like, throwing a rock and being like, what happened, you know? Who did that? But it was you, clearly. So, what was it? Did Taylor get used by Blake? Yes. For financial gain. And she used her, so, like, her celebrity, her success, like, pretty much her name. And Taylor knows that, like, she's very, like, I'm Taylor Swift. Like, I made so much money on the Eras Tour last year. So, like, I live in Toronto, and they literally made Taylor Swift Way. Like, they changed the street for, like, she's here 6 times. So that was crazy. Anyways, but yeah, like, Taylor has influence. She has influence, and Blake definitely used her for that. And then because of that, because it was not Blake's idea, but whoever on Blake's team was like, we're going to sue this guy. So Justin has receipts, and it pretty much drags people in it, and it's like, why is Taylor involved? Like, so Taylor's like, dude, don't mess with my money. So, because of the lawsuit, how does Taylor feel being involved in it? Like, is she happy about it? Is she like, oh my god, you're tampering with, like, my brand and everything? Because everything's all cool and rainbows and bunnies and ponies until, like, it screws with your money, your brand, your legacy, everything that you built. So, which really, really sucks, you know? So, let's see. How does Taylor feel about Blake's lawsuit and being mentioned in it? Yikes. Okay, so Knight of Swords it's like, I'm gonna take my team, probably not her, but it's like she went to her lawyer, her team, like, take care of this immediately. I'm not being involved in this. I don't have time to be in this drama, because she has so many trauma being in drama. Like, nip this in the bud. And she does feel backstabbed. Like, why am I involved in this? And then she realized, like, helping her realize that she was not... Okay, wait. The way that she was helping Blake, she didn't think it would come back to her. Like, I was trying to help you. You used me for your gain. Like, you know what I mean? So quickly, like, very quickly, like, and this was out of nowhere to her. Like, she did not think this was going to come back at her. And the only reason why this is happening is because she's, like, suing him. And it's like, why? Like, why are you, like, this is so out of, it's for money. For money and image and being in control. And her husband is like pretty much... I don't think Taylor likes Ryan Reynolds. I don't think Taylor likes Ryan Reynolds. Power, pettiness. When is enough enough? Yeah, so... Okay, wait. Just let me keep... Yeah, this is disappointing. Creating unnecessary conflict. And... Yeah, okay. I got it. I got it, you guys. Okay. So... 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 8 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, Blake, Ryan, the Emperor, in control, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying he's in control of her money, but he is pretty much like when Blake was like, hey, like, I kind of want to do this Ends With Us movie. She went to him, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna, like, you can do it, but I'm gonna be in the background making sure you get all this money. So it's like, she's the pretty one, blah, 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 but it's going to him. You know what I mean? Like, obviously they're married, so their money is, like, joined together, but, like, he's in control of, like, he wants to control her, if that makes sense. Because I'm telling you, like, Blake doesn't wear the pants. Like, she might, but I don't think she does. I really think that she has to, like, not go to Ryan to be like, can I do this or whatever, but, like, she goes to him for opinions and not saying she doesn't have her own opinion or I don't think she has a backbone. That's what I'm picking up. I don't think she has a backbone. So, and obviously this is what Taylor thinks about the lawsuit. She thinks that Ryan is the reason why this lawsuit was even, like, come to life. Like, it was his idea, like, we should sue. And obviously, Blake's just gonna go, oh, okay. And what is it for? Money. But it's for damages and, like, feeling like... Because apparently her kids are stressed. She's feeling stressed. Apparently it's about, like, harassment, all these things. But they were just out the other day. Like, it's kind of weird. It's like a bunch of BS for money. Because I think they felt like they didn't get what they wanted out of this movie and press and everything. So... It's like, you wasted my time, so I'm gonna get what I didn't get from all the effort, and yeah. And they're being, like, it's being petty, and it's creating conflict, and everything, like, unnecessary problems, because they're greedy. It's greedy. Like, I'm just getting greedy energy, and Taylor doesn't like Ryan. She doesn't like Ryan. And it's disappointing because it's like 3 5s. 3 5s. Anyways. So, and like, I feel like this is not making it better because now there's a lawsuit. It's harder to move on from everything that happened because now this is going to drag on for a few years because now they have to go to court. They have to relive everything. Like, you know what I mean? So... It's kind of like, you kind of did this to yourself. So, and then there's 9 of Wands, which is like, things get worse before they get better, and kind of like walking on eggshells and being on the defense. So Taylor's kind of like, I'm going to be over here and put my walls up because this is kind of like your problem, and please don't drag me into it. And I'm kind of like sus over you. So there's that. And I'll see, does she like Ryan Reynolds? And she does feel backstabbed. She feels betrayed. She feels used. So that's why their friendship is kind of up and down right now. Does Taylor like Ryan Reynolds? Even though it kind of showed in the cards. But let's see. So, like, when... It's like when you go out with your girlfriends, and there's that one girl, it's like, oh, they're, like, always on the phone with their man, and they're like, I have to go, I'm sorry, he wants me home, blah, blah, blah. It's giving that energy. So, I feel like she thinks Ryan Reynolds is a party pooper. I think she thinks that she doesn't like when his, like, so I feel like Ryan doesn't like it when his wife is, like, out and having too much fun or something. It's kind of weird. It kind of, like, doesn't do well with his ego because he has a big ego. It's giving, she doesn't like his ego. He's a party pooper. And, what else? Yeah, I feel like he picks and chooses when Blake can go out. This is really weird. Like, it's like, you can go out when it benefits him. I don't know. This is weird, you guys. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. He's very strict when it comes to, like, having her go out and stuff. Very, very odd. So, that's the reason why she doesn't like Ryan, because he's controlling. And he's a buzzkill and doesn't let her friend have fun. So I feel like Taylor doesn't hate Blake. It's who Blake is connected to that's ruining their friendship. As I feel like Blake wouldn't have done certain things. Or maybe, like, Ryan is telling her, like, oh, he's making you feel uncomfortable. Or, like, you know, putting, like, ideas in her head and making her believe it. Like, feeding her a delusion. You know? That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. So let's see. What is their friendship going to be like in the next, like, for the rest of the year? Since Blake has to deal with this until the lawsuit is over. Their friendship's at a halt. And it may, like, their friendship is not the same. The friendship is not the same. There's a death card. I was waiting for this card to come up. The friendship is not the same. It has turned into a different friendship that can never go back to when it once was. Because you got this. So, it has gone to halt. It, like, progresses a little bit. But now it's, like, immediately, like, it is, like, boundaries. The friendship's different now. It's never going to be the same. They're still friends. They have beautiful memories. But their friendship isn't the same. I feel like they're going to have, like, a falling out. But when it comes to, like, going out and stuff, you won't see them going out together, like having a girls' night. And if they do, it's with, like, other people. You know what I mean? I feel like Taylor's gonna bring out, like, certain girlfriends when they go out with Blake. Kind of weird, yeah. Like, Taylor doesn't really trust Blake too much as she used to. If she, like, left, not saying she needs to leave Ryan, but Ryan kind of gets in the way. And she feels bad. So, like, that's why Taylor has love for Blake, because it's not saying it's all her fault, but I feel like she needs to get a backbone like Blake. Because I feel like Blake would never stand up to her husband. But she'll learn in the future. So, I'm trying to think of other things. Because I want to do a video on Blake and Justin Baldoni in a separate, like, their lawsuit. And I also want to do a rating on Blake and Ryan. Cause like I don't know, cause like if you think about it, like in the press and everything, like their relationship seems so perfect. Like you know what I mean? Like, but I think it's not. So I kind of want to do a rating on that one day. Hopefully you guys like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.